Welcome back to Meeke. It's time for No, This Is Real. My guest today is Eddy. Wouldn't it be great? We need to come up with, we need to have a track. Yeah. Something where we could have like an audience, a studio
People
audience shouting it out, and then kind of like you walk out with that 1960s game show host suit on, the long skinny microphone.
I actually have like one of those suits.
Sorry, Ed. Yeah. I didn't mean to. Is that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's just get into the headlines. There's a lot going on.
When I wear that suit, my wife says, "No, that is not.
No, that's not real.
That is not happening."
Like what? You don't
the
like
leisure
this?
suit. The leisure
suit.
That's probably before your time.
It is. I mean, you know, but that's okay. That's why I have you here.
Is disco before your time?
To bring the wisdom. There was some residue of disco.
Ooh.
That seeped over into my time.
If disco was bad, disco residue was worse.
We quickly blocked that out as youngsters.
Yes.
We didn't want any of that. Hey, listen, Ed, there's a lot going on in the world these days. A lot of crazy headlines and a lot of them that, you know, you go, oh, this is unbelievable. And, you know, I'm always trying to decide which ones am I going to talk about. This one, not so crazy, but interesting nonetheless. Have you ever thought, you know, you look at yourself as you're kind of, you know, getting older, you look in the mirror and there are certain things you don't like, you know, and you go, oh, I don't, you know.
The list is growing.
Right, it is.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. It really is true. I feel the same way. So, well, here, new study, okay, some Danish researchers have gone to meddling now.
Yes.
And they say that there are some signs that you will see in the mirror that indicate not just that you're getting older, but that you're at increased risk for having heart disease or heart attack. Like unexpectedly. So
eating entire pepperoni pizzas at one sitting is not enough of a sign of increased risk. I need more. Okay.
Here's what.
Good boy. Thanks. This is gonna be great.
I know this is bad, but here's.
Right.
I want you to go through your mental checklist. I'm going to give you. There are four.
I don't know that we have that much time, but go ahead.
4 physical indicators that researchers found, and they studied this over the course of 35 years, looking at people.
I am bracing myself. So this is what I see in the mirror.
You look in the mirror, and if you have this, then you are at an increased risk of having heart disease or having a heart attack.
All right.
Okay. Baldness. You're doing good.
I'm hanging in there.
Okay, all right, looking good, doing good so far. You ready? Okay, so receded hairline, so either baldness on the top of the head or a receded hairline.
I've probably lost an inch over the last 20 years.
I feel like that's not fair. Everybody's hairline recedes.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not buying it.
No. Okay, so here you go. You ready for this?
Sometimes the Danes are just trying to cause trouble.
The Danes.
Especially Danish researchers.
Vertical crease in the earlobe.
I don't have one of those.
I
read that one time and I checked, and it wasn't an easy thing to check your earlobe in the mirror.
No, because you turn to the side.
Yeah.
But a vertical, I've never even seen that. Anyway, vertical crease in the earlobe.
Okay, I'm good.
And then here's this, fatty deposits on the eyelids.
Fatty deposits on the eyelids.
I guess if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought your eyelids need to go on a diet.
Yeah, I think I'm 3 for 3 in terms of escaping the Grim Reaper here.
Actually, that's it. That's all of them. Yeah. See, because one of them is baldness on the top of the head.
Oh,
then a receding hairline.
Ah, all right.
Then the vertical
Now, what's
line.
the crease for? I don't understand.
I don't know. And I'm more concerned about the fat eyelids. I don't know.
You don't have fat eyelids.
I look and I go, because it's just, to me, it's yet another thing that a woman's got to be concerned about.
I was glad that you didn't say like puffy eyes.
No, because everybody's got that. That's just, I think if you've had kids.
And I've looked old since my daughter turned 13, so I was hoping none of those things snuck in. So, all right. Pizza,
so you're good.
Pizza for lunch.
I just feel like, you know, I was looking at this and I go, this is just another thing where I can just see me among other women. Honey, do these glasses make my earlobes, or what is it?
Your eye lobes. If you have an eye lobe, you're in trouble for more than just heart disease.
My eyelids look fat.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Okay, you
right.
ready for this?
No.
Now, this is really interesting. I'm going to talk about this, and, you know, it may be a little bit uncomfortable for a second, but I found it very interesting. So, you know, the chemical that kind of is in our body, or, okay, here, oxytocin. Have you heard of this before?
Yeah.
Okay. It is
in your brain, it's brain chemical.
Brain chemical. It's released primarily when a woman is nursing her baby.
Right.
And it is a bonding chemical. And so what happens is when, you know, a woman nurses her baby, there becomes this moment where they really are bonded together, you know, and there's this
It's also released during childbirth. That's true.
Which is probably what helps a woman continue through that process.
It's a bond, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then you're done and you don't remember the pain. You really don't.
Right.
You kind of, you know.
Right.
So here, new studies, okay, new studies, a study that's recently published out of the Journal of Neuroscience has uncovered a surprising new property of oxytocin, finding that when men who are in monogamous relationships were exposed to oxytocin, and this article says got a sniff of oxytocin, they subsequently put a little extra space between them and an attractive single woman. So them being exposed to oxytocin, they felt more bonded to their wife,
right,
to the person they were in a committed relationship with. And so the researchers are looking at this, and they said an extra 6.5 inches they stood further away versus men in the same situation who were not exposed to oxytocin.
Yeah, I believe that. And a couple of years ago for the Journal, I wrote an article called Bonded in the Brain, and it was about these kinds of chemicals. And it's part of the way that I think God helps men, husband and wife, be bonded together during marriage, because there's not only a spiritual and emotional tie, there's a physical tie.
Yes.
And one of the problems is the more people you have sexual relations with, it begins to decrease the ability of that oxytocin to bond people. It's like tape that's been pulled up too many times.
It loses the stickiness.
In a sense,
wow,
it loses the stickiness. So that's why sometimes people who have a lot of sexual partners find it hard to commit, because they're bonding with so many people, and they lose the ability. And I think those things are fascinating.
You know, this is just one of those things, and I read this, and of course this is on the heels, and you know, as retired Army General David Petraeus is in the news, and so this article kind of ties into that and says, you know, would things have been different had he been exposed to more oxytocin? You know what I mean? To be committed. But, you know, here's the thing, I think.
Now they're going to start putting it in our orange juice.
Can you imagine? You know,
calcium, extra magnesium, vitamin D, oxytocin.
Oxytocin.
Be careful who you have breakfast with.
Exactly right, Ed. But I think, you know, we've got to, especially in the body of Christ, as we see all of these headlines and stuff like that, we've got to really make an effort to guard our marriages.
Yes.
And to, you know what I'm saying, to be vigilant and to have those barriers, because I'm sure, you know, it started out with an interview. Yeah,
you know, God gives us help.
Yeah.
He gives us biological help as well.
That's
these chemicals. We just got to play by the rules, and we'll have plenty of safeguards. I think that's fascinating that men who have been exposed to oxytocin and with their relationship with their wife tend to be a little bit more prudish or a little bit more careful. I think that's fascinating.
It was like we wouldn't even stand, you know, as close to this woman as someone who was not exposed. It was kind of like saying, you know what? The temptation starts before without even saying it. That's what this article is saying. So, okay, let me squeeze this one in. Isn't it interesting? Okay, here we go. Last story. Ed, are you ready? Do you drink soda?
Yes, Diet Coke.
Are you a Diet Coke fan?
Yeah.
I'm a Diet Coke fan too. It was a hard habit to
Hope
break.
I can say that.
You remember, I think you can, Mayor Michael Bloomberg and his attack on the sweetened beverages and saying, you know what, we're not going to have anything larger than like 16 ounces, no more of these big gulps and all that stuff. Well, Pepsi is responding to that, and they have started their first phase of testing out a new soda called Pepsi Special, and it's on the market in Japan. And the claim is that it's supposed to be a weight loss soda. And here's how it's a weight loss soda, because it includes in it dextrin, so that when you drink it, it helps your body to not store fat. Like, it kind of encapsulates the fat, and you're able to get rid of that fat without it being collected on your body, right? But I want to read this to you because,
nicely put.
Right? Is that okay? Here's the slogan. You ready for this? Here is the slogan. Why choose between a hamburger and a slice of pizza? If you choose Pepsi Special, you can have both.
Well, now, human nature being what it is, and I just go by myself.
Right.
I use myself as an example. If I'm drinking a soda, I mean, I think this is what I do with Diet Cokes. I have the extra helping of ice cream because I'm drinking a Diet Coke with it. So if I'm thinking that my Pepsi is actually going to remove fat from my body, then I'm going to wind up gaining weight.
Yes, you will.
Because I'm going to eat twice as much.
Yes, you will. You know, when I would always say, my Diet Coke cancels out these fries.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you add on, and there's studies that have been done historically that have said people who drink diet drinks actually weigh more than people who drink the regular sugar sodas. And I think because there's that conviction that you go, I'm drinking 150 calories right now, I'm not going to have the cookie.
Right.
So imagine this. And then what a comparison is that? Why choose between the burger and the pizza?
Well, you know what's going to happen? People in America are going to start drinking this, and we're going to wind up with eye lobes. with the crease in it. And then we go bald after that.
Does this Pepsi special make my eye lobes look fat? I got to tell you what's got me all pinned up. I love gifts that are life-giving, and I love to see the Christian community really rising up and saying, hey, you know what? We can make some stuff, and we can support pro-life causes. I'm going to tell you what's got me all pinned up. It's called Evica. And here is what's got me all pinned up. I'm talking about not just gift ideas for your friends and family. I'm talking about gift ideas that are life-giving. With me in studio right now is Christy Boland. Christy oversees the AFA store. Now, tell me about what you guys have in store right now for people who are pro-life and who are ready to express themselves and advance the cause of saving babies.
Well, the AFA online store has just released the Evica accessory line. And Evica, spelled E-V-I-K-A, is actually a Hebrew girl's name for life. And AFA is very pro-life. We believe that every baby is important and we want to give everyone a chance at life. So by introducing all of the items that we have, everything is handmade by local people, some of them employees, some of them who are giving it to us just to help raise awareness and raise funds for pro-life causes.
Oh, that is fantastic. Like that really, I love that. You know, I just kind of have this vision that in our country we could, you know, I don't know, I guess have girls walking around with Evica bags everywhere,
yes,
or even the Evica lamps. We'll get to that in just a little bit, one of my faves. Tell me what kinds of styles and patterns that you have, because here are your Evica aprons.
These are Evica aprons. We introduced them just a few weeks ago, and they're made by a local homeschool mom. And we have 3 different styles. The one Joy is wearing is the Flounce Apron. We have it in several different colors, so this is awesome for Christmas parties,
yes,
for the woman of the house who's baking the cookies, getting ready for her party. This is the Flounce Apron. It's very long, it's very flowy, very, very popular. And we have it in several different colors, 7 to 8 colors. Always available on the website. And
there are different patterns. Like when you go to the website, you'll
yes,
see the pattern you want and the style you want. And this is called Flounce?
This is the Flounce Apron, yes.
Love that. Okay, now what's Mandy wearing?
All right, Mandy has on the Canning Apron. And we have a lot of requests for this apron from women who are working in nursing homes because it doesn't have a strap that ties around your neck, which will weigh you down a little bit. It actually has the sleeves.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
It has the big pockets down on the side for if you got to carry a notepad or if you might need to carry a patient's pills around. That's probably our most popular with the nursing home and the hospitals and things like that.
This looks really comfortable. I love that, and I love the length. And so when you get the Canning apron, the length is standard,
yes,
and these wide sleeves are gonna, that's
very wide, and it keeps
it
from pulling on your neck. So if you're wearing it all day long, very good not to put that stress on your neck.
Love that. Awesome. Now what's Grace wearing here? Oh, this is so pretty.
All right, the one Grace has on is our vintage apron, and I kind of like to think of this one as the one that the woman would wear around the house when she's cleaning because it's very comfortable, it's long, it's wide, it's got, again, the big pockets, and it comes in all of these colors as well as several more.
Beautiful. I love that. I love the detail, like kind of the stitching, the patterns, kind of outlining the pockets. Everything complements what she's done here. And who makes these again?
These are made by Heather Dooley. She's a homeschool mom who lives in Mississippi, full-time mom. She teaches cross-country coach, and she makes these on her spare time. So very wonderful. You can get them at the AFA store for $32.95, and all of the Evica products do have free shipping as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wonderful gifts.
Okay, so some other wonderful gifts here. Let's talk about the Evica lamps. Now, where did this idea come from? These are all handmade. Like, well, obviously the lamps are not handmade.
Right.
But the concept of the lamp shade is handmade. And tell me about this.
Well, these are made by Abby, and she is an 18-year-old girl. She's the daughter of one of our employees. And so she made these on her spare time. We saw them, we loved them. They do come in all 4 of these colors, and we have 2 different sizes. We have the tall ones and the small ones. Very decorative bases, so they're perfect to throw out that boring lamp that you've got sitting in the corner and brighten up the room a little bit.
I love that. I absolutely love it. And it's not flammable. Like, I don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to worry, it won't catch on fire
like
or anything like that. The large lamps are $49.95 and the small ones are $39.95. And again, they're free shipping as well.
This is so precious. I just imagine, you know, not only are you getting something made by someone and you know that their heart is pro-life, but you are also decorating your home in style. I can see this set up on a table for, like, say, a baby shower or a bridal shower. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love that. Okay, let's move on to the bags.
The bags are the original item in our store. And so right here, we have two different styles. Let me start with Joy. This is our tote bag. And so it's very large. It's very wide. It doesn't have a closing flap. So it's good to, you know, throw lunch in if you're going on a picnic or school supplies if you're on the road. It comes in 6 different patterns as well. And so they're also available on the website. They have really large pockets on the inside to stick, you know, a wallet or a cell phone in there as well.
And this one?
This one is our baby bag, and it is a messenger bag, so it's good for, you know, holding the diapers and the baby supplies. It's a very cute pattern, very fun pattern. And then the one Grace has, this is our newest bag. It's also a messenger bag, but it comes in Christmas colors. And we have another Christmas color that we're selling in the store, perfect to carry around for the month of December.
Yes.
All of these bags come in several different patterns, and they're available on AFA's website as well, afa.net.
I love the idea of a baby bag that also is pro-life. Like, you are giving the gift of life, and then you're giving the gift of life.
Right.
I just made that up on the spot. I'm so clever. So what is the AFA online store website? How can people get these bags?
If you go to afa.net and click the store link, there will be a link to the Evica section, and we have all the aprons, bags, and the lamps on there as well.
The line is called Evica, and I'm so excited about it. It's what's got me all pinned up this week. Make sure you stick around. When we come back, I'm in studio with new artist Lisa G. Don't miss it. If you love music and you're inspired by great testimony, you want to come right back after this.
My strength was in Jesus. It wasn't in a marriage. It wasn't in my past. This thing was totally about God, because God said, he who has created a good work in you shall perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. That work that's inside of you, it was formed in you from the foundations of the earth, and you have got to birth that thing.